party, we like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home. Party, party, we like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 109 of the Ball Talk Pod. Here tonight to talk about a handful of sports, but there's some cool stuff going on. It's the dark days of summer, as some might say, but sports are delivering right now, and it's not
Dark
that dark.
days. Literally, it is the brightest it'll be the rest of the year. I think June 21st is
June 20,
June-
well, it's the 18th.
June 21st is peak summer. That's the brightest it'll
Dark
be all
days
year.
of summer means that basketball season's over.
And football season hasn't started.
It hasn't started. That's what it means. And my golf game just isn't where it needs to be for me to really enjoy it.
That's pretty dark. That's pretty dark.
So that keeps it, the light is not there.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's keeping me alive, Chris? Keeping me seeing, the light in the world.
Well, keeping you alive and seeing the light are two separate things. You don't want to see the light. Just stay alive. Oh, he's got a lighter. Okay, yes. What is keeping you alive during these bright days in the middle of summer where there's no basketball, hockey, football, baseball's in the middle of the season?
It sucks that hockey's not going on right now.
We're big hockey guys.
One, we talked about it last week with Mr. Eddie Radosevich. OU baseball. OU baseball is keeping me alive. It's I think I tweeted out after they walked off Georgia Tech in the regional to advance to Supers that a trip to Omaha would really do a number for me in terms of getting over the Thunder's playoff loss in the Western Conference Finals. And not only have they gotten to Omaha, as we talked about last week, they have swept their way into the championship series, which I think people don't understand, like, the true story of this team, like the unlikelihood of this run. We kind of talked about it last week with Eddie, but, like, this team was bad about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I think I read something on Twitter or maybe heard it on 98.1 that you had lost like 4 series in a row.
4 weekend series in a row.
4 weekend series in a row.
In the SEC tournament in one game.
And then they go on to beat the ACC champs, regular season
Georgia
and
Tech.
tournament champs, the Big 12 champs,
Kansas.
Big 12 or the tournament and regular season, and then the SEC champs, Georgia, all in straight games.
Georgia Tech, we lost the first
They
one.
lost one, but they've won.
They've won 8 in a row since they
8 in a
lost to
row.
Georgia Tech.
And now, so I guess North Carolina is not the ACC champion
No,
because
Georgia
that's
Tech
Georgia
was.
Tech.
But an interesting
Okay.
note, and I don't know if Georgia Tech fans are taking this as like, a silver lining. There's been 2 teams this year that have beaten Georgia Tech more than once. And it's North Carolina and OU. And they're playing for the national championship.
That's sort of like us believing that the Knicks winning is like a silver lining.
Yeah, like the blue and
It's
orange
just
team
like-
won it.
That it feels fine, but it's like I still would have won. I still wanted to win,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, Ryan and I, we went to Omaha for the game against Alabama. Omaha is amazing. It's just set up for a great time. And Skip said it in one of his post-game pods or pressers, and it's perfect, that it feels like an NCAA basketball tournament game, but it's baseball. Because you get there, there's 8 teams that all think they can win it, have a shot. I mean, baseball, anything can happen on any given day.
Especially if teams are hot, like OU.
Well, and like we talked about last week, all 8 of those teams had to play well to get to Omaha. So there really weren't any like teams that just felt like a total fluke or anything like that. Like,
Right.
you have to play good baseball to get there.
And you got to
And-
beat, like, to get there, you probably have to beat the same team twice. You might have to beat the same team twice, which is difficult.
You have to beat at least one team twice in the Supers.
No, at the College World Series. Like, after you've made this final 8, the Elite 8, unlike basketball, you don't have to just beat a team once. You have to go and probably win 2 games, maybe against the same team like OU did,
To get to the champ series.
to get to the champ series. Yeah.
Yeah. The only way that would have worked is if Texas had beat Georgia, which they didn't twice.
Horns
But-
down. Stinker.
No, it was just a great time. We met up with Eddie and George after the game. After, everyone kind of thought we would beat Alabama. Not thought, but it was just like, of all the first round matchups, this was the one that you would want. And we delivered there, went and found a bar, went to the wing place that Eddie mentioned last week, and watched the Knicks win, watched some of the World Cup. I mean, like, there's like a fan fest out in the outfield, like behind the stadium. that you just walk around. There's just a bunch of tents with baseball stuff and merch and some bars. There's a concert going on outside. I mean, like the whole town is built to do this.
That's what I was about to ask. It's not like a college town, is it?
Creighton's
It's like Creighton is. I was about to say it's like a college World Series town. Like you said, they built this thing around this event.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is they have a AAA team. It's the Omaha Storm Chasers, but they don't even play at this field. And this field is insanely nice.
Really
nice. Yeah. Creighton has been playing there. We were sitting next to a gentleman who, like a lot of people in Omaha, they just get tickets and go. You know, like it's not all OU fans and
sure.
Bama fans that day. Like it was him and his grandson just watching the game. And he said that Creighton's been playing there recently, but they're about to open a new stadium. It holds like over 25,000 people, so it would be hard maintenance-wise and the logistics of filling that and using it for a Creighton baseball season is tough. But
sure.
There's another stadium like not close that the AAA team plays at. But no, I mean, like they spanked Bama. I mean, they came out and it was like we scored 2 in the first inning. It was like we're rolling. Cord Rager had a phenomenal start, 7 innings, longest start of his career. I think he had 8 strikeouts, which was a career high. He pitched that well against Kansas. I mean, like everybody was around us is like, if you don't know who Cord Rager is, you're like asking like, how old is this kid? And you're like, he's 18.
Yeah.
Like you got 2 more years after this to deal with.
I mean, that was a theme throughout the first 3 games. All freshmen starting pitchers.
Yeah. Unheard of.
Yeah, which I'm not sure, because, you know, with NIL and stuff, does that, and you know more about this, like, college baseball Ferris wheel that everyone's on, are you able to keep 3 of those guys? Are you able to recruit better guys behind them? Like, how's that work with, like, 3 freshmen starting pitchers who shoved on the bump, you know, in the College World Series?
It's rare. From all things that I've heard, they fully intend to keep all these freshmen. They have things in line. I mean, like, I think there's, like, the way that OU's been recruiting in the portal since the portal opened, like, this team's still playing. They're having to recruit their roster for next year. There's going to be a lot of turnover. There's a lot of juniors in this lineup. And one of the things that's different with, you know, it's the same lineup or same setup as college football, where if you go Division I, you have to wait 3 years, or you have to be 21 by a certain date, which is typically 3 years after they get out of high school. So 3 years on campus. In baseball, you get drafted, and then there is a negotiation on your contract, like your signing bonus, like everything. In football, it's a bit more like black and white, where you get drafted, especially in that first round, your contract is set.
Basketball's the same way now, right?
Yeah. But in baseball, you get drafted, you can still go back to school. Like they wait, like you don't lose your eligibility until you sign. And
well,
so there's these negotiations. Like one of the things that plays into even the top 5 picks is you might draft maybe not the number 1 overall player. You might draft like the 4th overall player and get him at a lower slot value, and then be able to use that money to go get a guy in the early 2nd round that falls. And like it's just like a whole different system. But
right, I mean, you think about Kyler Murray, who I think he was drafted 9th
overall
in the first round. Yeah. And then he got like a $9 million signing bonus. And then the A's agreed to let him come play football for a year because he was finally going to get to start, kind of thing. And then, as we all know, he won the Heisman and got drafted 1st overall in the NFL. I think he
technically signed his contract because he got a signing bonus. Like that.
No, I was about to say, and then he had to pay the money back.
Yeah.
But the A's still own his rights.
Yeah, he'd have to play for the A's. But in college baseball, one of the things they talk about is like a lot of people are like, well, like if you're a junior, you can come back and boost your stock your senior year. And it's like, especially this team that's had this run, it's hard to have better stock than you do right now.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the negotiation factor of wherever you get drafted and your signing bonus, you have leverage if you can go back to school. Like you're like, okay, if you've already drafted me, you can't, like, this all happens after the draft. So it's not like this is before you get drafted. You get drafted by a team and you're able to say like, no, I want an additional couple $100,000 or whatever the negotiation is, or I'm going back to school. If you go back your senior year, then like wherever you get drafted, you have 0 leverage in that negotiation. And so you see a lot more of those seniors that get drafted, you know, rounds 5 to 10, instead of coming back to try to get up in the draft into the top 5 rounds. They're probably going to lose money coming back to school. Now with NIL right now, that's probably changed. They just announced today there's this giant change in the MLB draft where they're trying to get those top high school prospects fused into college baseball. and then drafted out of there. Like they're going to change the eligibility to 2 years. So
That's interesting.
like those high school talents won't get drafted. They'll go to college.
Isn't because you get drafted right out of
High school
and out of
junior college.
junior college. Like NEO, kids would come to NEO and
they
then get drafted after 1 year.
D1's the only one that has like after 1 year, after 2 years, whatever. But D1 you have to stay 3 years.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because that like why would you not just like go to junior college for 2 years if you're good enough to go get drafted?
Because of people like Skip Johnson, like working under a coach like Skip Johnson. He the thing that people don't understand, and I think have failed like to understand in this fandom of OU fans, just be like in 2022 we made the finals, but since then the amount of draft picks, even with us not getting back to Omaha until this year, we've had like last year we had a first round draft pick in Kyson Witherspoon. His twin brother went in the third round. Like we have had a lot of people drafted. Clayton Kershaw, his pitching coach all his life has been Skip Johnson. Like Clayton would come to Norman to throw bullpens to learn from Skip Johnson.
Is that true?
Yes. 100%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's been a huge thing with why you see 3 freshmen being able to shove in the College World Series. And, I think that's, sorry to get off on the draft tangent, but what OU's been able to do this week with the 3 freshman starters, you see the development that Skip's had because, they talk about it in football too. Like when you're preparing for that OU Alabama game and you're talking about like Cortland Guillory as a freshman corner trying to shut down Ryan Williams. It's like, well, if you ask like Brent, they're like, well, he's not really a freshman anymore. He's gone through a full SEC season. He's done a college football season. And that's what those freshman pitchers are right now. The bats are hot at the right time. They've hit 5 home runs in the clincher last night, which ties the record for the Charles Schwab Stadium. And it's not a hitter's park, as we talked about. They're manufacturing runs when they have to in ways that aren't just the long ball. Like this is like what everyone thought was going to happen after the first week of the season. And to see it come to fruition after all the tough like times and everything, it's like I don't think I've ever been this excited even for it feels like a different feeling than even an OU football game to me. Like
well, it's for like the first time an OU team has like decided
Cinderella.
to be the Cinderella and like get really hot all of a sudden. Like we haven't really had a basketball team that's just gotten really hot. When Buddy went to the Final Four, Yep. They were good all year. Like it didn't feel like a surprise. We knew Buddy
less than
could
a
go
Final
hit
Four was
shots.
going to feel like a failure.
Right. They were good all year. I think at one point they were at least up to the top 4.
They were number 1 when they played in Lawrence that year,
if not number 1. So it's like this is the first time that an OU team, maybe in my living memory, that has just gotten scalding hot. And they are. Like you talked about, every time they needed an answer, they got a home run or they got some sort of like base hit that
leadoff guy walks. They get him over
Right.
the third. Like they just play good baseball.
I mean, it's a fun brand of baseball. That chaos stuff that Eddie talked about that, might not have worked in the SEC is now starting to come to, like, it's chaos all over the field.
yeah, with home runs now. I mean, when
Yeah.
the tournament started, they were 125th in the country in home runs hit. And since the tournament started in about a month, they are now 30th in the country in home runs. I think they've hit 24, 25 in this World Series alone, or in the NCAA tournament alone. And like the coolest thing to me, I'm sure you've seen it, is like I really think OU has made big push at like Bob Stoops, you're going, Barry Switzer, you're going, Jenny Baranchek, you're going, Porter Mosier, you're
Very
going.
cool.
Brent Venables talked to the team before the first Georgia game. John Mateer was there last night. Xavier Brown was there, the point guard for the basketball team. Some of the women's basketball team was there too. Like OU is pushing this, and
It's cool.
the vibe is cool. Like when we were there, it was hard to like tell like the true disbursement because we were playing Bama. It's literally, if you look it up, I think they're the same color technically in terms of
Same Pantone. Yep.
and so you couldn't really tell, but like it was loud. There were OU fans there. And I think the coolest thing to me is like there's a lot of people doing what they have to get there for the Champ Series this weekend. And in
Short of
2022,
mortgaging their house.
Short of mortgaging their house. I mean, like Skip even said it in his post game. Like outside of taking out a loan, if you can get here, we need you. Because in 2022, he said it was probably a 90-10 split, Ole Miss fans. And I don't know how North Carolina's going to travel. Obviously, they're the fifth national seed, so they're a good baseball team. They haven't made a champ series since I believe 2008 or 2009. They lost back-to-back champ series to Oregon State in like 08, 09. But there were some North Carolina fans there, not a ton. They did play on like the other day than OU, so it's not like they were like walking around waiting for their game to start or anything.
Sure.
But I really think there's going to be a pretty massive home field advantage for the Sooners this weekend. And
Yeah.
I think people are starting to really feel the potential of what this is. Like, this is already a phenomenal season.
Right.
If they go on and win this championship, one, if you think about it, we won a football championship in 2000. Basketball's been to some Final Fours since that time. Baseball's been to one champ series. They've made a couple of College World Series, but one champ series. Basketball, football, and baseball, like, people kind of designate as like the big three. Like, you win a national championship in any of those three sports, it is a moment for your university. And you got it in 2000. There's other things that get people excited. Obviously, like hosting a playoff game was amazing. Like, I almost the parallelism to Alabama's, like when we played them in the playoffs, and the vibes at that tailgate that day were like, this is amazing. How did we even get here? You and I took a nap in the middle of the day. We lived 2 days that day.
Man,
just because the vibes were so high.
we got there early. I just thinking about that day gets me all excited for
Even though we
football
lost.
season. Gets me all excited for football season.
But
All
that's
that
the
positivity.
vibe I'm getting, like almost times 10 for this weekend, because it just like how they're playing. So many people have counted them out on the broadcast and all these predictions. Like, I think a lot of people are going to pick North Carolina still. North Carolina is a great baseball team, but in baseball, in almost any of these tournaments, it's all about who's playing hot, who's hot at the right time. If our pitchers keep pitching like they are, I mean, you score more runs, you win the game. North Carolina's pitching is like, they win low scoring games. Their strength is their pitching. So if we can hit, and our
They've
pitchers,
never seen chaos.
they've never seen chaos.
They've never seen it.
And I think they probably play the most like us out of the teams in Omaha, with a lot of more
Lots of
small
small ball.
things like
Yeah.
that. Now, I say that we've been hitting freaking bombs.
Yeah.
So
The two guys that hit 2 home runs in the last game, they had 4 home runs each.
Yeah.
And then both essentially,
First time in OU
multiplied.
history, a player hit 2 home runs in a game in the College World Series, and it happened twice in the same game.
yeah. Just stepping up to the plate, stroking it.
Yeah. It's just been a breath of fresh air. I can't wait to see what this weekend's going to be like. There's been like some dicey moments, and they've won close games. They've won blowouts. So there's not this like, well, if it's a close game, how are they going to react, or, whatever it may be. It got a little dicey last night in the 6th inning with walking in 2 runs. But like we said, they get out of it, and they immediately get a run back with a big 2-out hit. But I don't know, just it's something, and something's brewing. I hope that they cross the finish line this time, because as much as we love talking about 2022 and how fun that run was, falling
Winning.
short of the championship, regardless of how amazing of a run it is, it just tarnishes it a little bit.
It's sort of like the Pacers last year.
Yeah.
Like they had an awesome playoff run, lots of
So many
game-winning
moments.
shots, so many moments, but ended up losing. And they had probably much worse with Halliburton tearing his ACL or his Achilles and then getting shingles.
And then getting fat.
Well, that's because of the shingles.
I know.
Don't disease
shingle
shame the
shame?
man. Yeah, don't shingle shame. I guess we can finish talking about baseball, but I want to say one thing about football. This is what we're asking for from football. A team that can play both sides of the field.
Pitch and hit.
Not only defense. Yeah, we need, when Alabama scored a touchdown, we needed a team, or we needed an offense that could go down and get a score, and we just didn't have it, right?
We scored, but it was like we had to work really hard for it.
Sure.
And then couldn't
This
score
baseball
again.
team has that. They're playing complementary baseball. I'm not even sure exactly what that means, but they're doing it, and they're doing it really well.
Complimentary baseball is like, if a pitcher gives up a run, you immediately go into the dugout and you get it back. Or
Right.
like defense picks you up, makes a big play. Cam Johnson's play last night was insane. But that's what they're doing. And I think our buddy Breek texted us last night when we scored and was like, all right, Mateer, you see what this looks like? Like,
Yeah,
take some
exactly.
notes, big guy.
Exactly. I think, yeah. And I know that Brent Vegetables went and spoke to the team. He needs to take some lessons from Skip Johnson. Like how to like I feel like this, and I'm sorry we started talking about football when this is baseball, but I feel like this baseball team specifically has been able to answer the bell. They've like gotten up for the moment. And I think for the last couple of years, our football team sometimes lacks that energy in the beginning.
Yeah, they find it too late.
Right.
Or something. I think the Ole Miss game last year.
Right. It just feels like sometimes they just don't rise for the moment. And I hope Brent Vince, I want to call him Brent Vegetables again, to our friend Connor. But I think Venables needs to take some notes from Skip Johnson.
Well, Bob Stoops told Skip, just stay out of their effing way. And that's what he said he's been doing all week. He's like, you guys are playing good baseball. I'm just going to
Did you hear what he had an analogy that he's told in a presser, and he's like, sorry, I'm a country boy from a state school.
He said, I made straight D's at a state institution. He forgot someone's question.
No, but then he was like he said, what was your advice? He said, well, I'm a country boy from a state school, and I told the boys, a box of BBs, when you have a BBs in a box, they're all together. And if you dump out the BBs, they scatter and they go all different places. So I need you boys to be a box of BBs. I was like, okay. I mean,
there are several different kinds of analogies that get the boys pumped.
What a story.
Be a box of BBs.
Be a box of BBs this week. Head up to Omaha, short of mortgage in your house, according to
Put
Toby
your BB
Rowland.
in the box.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone, hey, and this is not a suggestion, but maybe bring a BB gun.
Whatever gets the job done. It's like instead of the rally towel, it's just like hold on.
Everyone has a Daisy Red Rider out there.
Yeah.
That was not advice.
No, it's just suggestion.
That was a joke.
But no, it feels like something's brewing, like I said, and we'll see what happens. You got Cord going game 1, Xander game 2. I bet they throw Wabloski on game 3. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Another thing that's kind of like upheld the dark days of summer that have made it a little lighter is the World Cup.
I agree.
have loved the World Cup. I have it on right now.
Mexico, Korea. Is that who you're watching? South Korea?
It's the only game on. They only have one game on at a time. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I want later on in the show, I want to help our less soccer or football focused fans. I want to share a little knowledge to help them watch games with friends. Some phrasing. Yeah. I think I find it very helpful. And then you can kind of like feel the vibe. If you go out to a bar, a couple things to
yell
shout.
A couple of these things out, and people go, this guy knows the ball.
That might ingratiate yourself with the people around you, so you can have a better time.
Yeah. But no, we went to a bar last week with our buddy Matt and your wife and a couple buddies and watched USA beat Paraguay 4-1, and it was electric. It was electric. Yeah. Like we're chanting USA in a bar. We have plans to go to another bar tomorrow for the game against Australia. And like how they played, everyone says it was like the greatest football game that they've seen. Greatest soccer game that they've seen an American team play, specifically on this stage, just because they have the talent. It's been a big push over the last really like 8 to 12 years since it was like people started gearing up for this specific World Cup. They knew that we had the talent coming up in the system. We've kind of started putting more resources in. People thought that we just had a bunch of prima donnas and they're delivering. And they have delivered, at least in the first game. And they're in a great position to get out of their group. They have Australia Friday, and the next Thursday they wrap it up with Turkey, which is now apparently how you say Turkey.
There's been a couple. I think a couple countries, and
Zim in
take
the
this with a grain of salt. Yeah, I was about to say, I think a couple countries have used maybe the World Cup to rebrand. Yeah. But it's been really fun. Even the games I don't really care about. Like I stayed up and watched the first half of was it the Belgian game?
Belgium was in the middle of the day.
No, it wasn't the Belgian game. It was
Netherlands, Sweden.
I can't remember. It was, I don't know, last Thursday or whatever. No, not last Thursday. Like Tuesday this week. I can't remember. But it was fun. Just like stay up, and it was an electric game, and it was like a 2-2 tie, and it was fun. And even teams I don't really care about have been kind of a joy to watch because it's something different, right? Like we talked about, it's the dog days of summer. There's not much going on. So having some sports on the TV is always nice, even, after the, with the finals out.
The electricity of scoring a goal in these games, because it's so few, like, in baseball even, you scored 11 runs last night. Mexico's up 1-0. This might be the final score. There's been draws, like the score's 0-0. Spain lost to Cape Verde or whatever. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But like first time in the World Cup, and they beat Spain was tied for the number 1 favorite, and they tie in this group stage. And I was like, it came on during my lunch break. I had it on at work, and like I'm like into the game, cheering on a 0-0 game. Yeah.
Finn, I'm on a meeting.
Yeah. Well, I'm on lunch.
Finn's in the break room just screaming, ole, ole,
You've
ole.
taken a 2-hour lunch. Like, the game's on.
What game?
But no,
No,
it's been like
been
refreshing.
so fun.
And the coolest part about it is seeing all of the Europeans and people from around the world come to the U.S. and realize, like, we've been lied to. Like this place is nice.
It might be propaganda, but I'm all here for it. I'm enjoying the propaganda.
Yeah, like my favorite ones.
Sorry, it feels like for the first time that the United States has gotten like good press in a long time.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you said, like Americans are coming, or not Americans, but like people are coming over and like saying like, oh, America's actually not just like fat racist people. It's there's a
I think
there's
they
a
can
diversity.
see why we're fat.
There's
They go to
there's
Mexican
oh
restaurants.
my gosh, the number of people have like come and been like the food here is awesome. Like
Yeah.
the Chick-fil-A stuff and all this other food that they're getting is like it's like they're like it's awesome.
Well, there's like people who like in their country, like I know in some places, like they don't accept tips. Like everything has a cost, and people will go to these Mexican restaurants and they'll just bring chips and salsa, and they're like trying to pay for it. They're like, no, it's included. And then I saw someone say, it's like, I hate this whole bag of chips. And then they brought out another bag of chips. like it just kept coming. And I want to tell them, I was like, you got to watch out for that.
Chips before you get the
Because I've done it. Because I've done it.
every time I go. And then the people who have like who are enthralled by like the free refills, whether it's coffee or soda.
Yeah.
The guy's like, they'll keep filling it up 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
Because
they
it's
will.
not just like the Coke bottle. Like they pop the top
Yeah.
and like that's your $3 soda is this soda
Right.
and nothing else. Bailey showed me one tonight of a guy from Africa that had medium rare steak for the first time.
Oh.
And he's like talking
What
about
a
like
joy.
this delicacy and stuff. And he was like, it was at a place called Longhorn Steakhouse.
They
It's
do.
like,
they,
it's not even like the top end steakhouse. It's like
yeah.
just they're experiencing it. and they're
Longhorns
like,
is nice.
yeah, no, it's a good spot, but it's not like in Oklahoma City. It's not like you sent them to Mahogany or
Right,
whatever.
right. The best
But-
guy's this Freddie guy.
He's in Oklahoma City tonight.
I know. Like
Staying at the
Mayor Holt
Omni.
tweeted at him, and like he went to the Omni, and apparently he on his journey through Alabama, I think he discovered Ella Langley and became an Ella fella. And so I think Ella Langley like tricked out his room at the Omni.
There was like a ton of like Tacova stuff.
Yeah, like he like got like tricked out. So shout out to Oklahoma City. I hope they show him a good time because he's
I
like
hope
gone
he
all
stays.
over.
He should come to Jones tomorrow to watch the World Cup.
I'm sure he's on his way to Kansas City to watch
Or
some
I
game.
think that's where he's going.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But no, it's been like refreshing. Like it's like Twitter has just not been like especially after the Thunder playoff run and all the just trolls and just bad vibes.
If we want to talk about, yeah, you keep going. Sorry, but like if we want to talk about the trolls, I think they've all sort of subsided after that whole Wimby debacle in the finals.
Yeah, they're gone. But like just seeing like the cool like people just appreciating and like people coming together. There's like videos like my coworker's son lives in Dallas and he Croatia had like a parade outside of his apartment. And he just like joined the parade and he's doing all the like he sent her a video, showed it to me, and he's just like doing these chants and like Jameis Winston's doing a correspondence with the Netherlands and
Or like
Yeah.
all the Scottish people in Boston apparently drink all the beer out
Yeah.
in Scotland.
yeah, like Jameis Winston saw a Netherlands or a
Or
Dutch
not in
woman-
Scotland, Boston.
saw a Dutch woman with the last name. It looks like just black man, but it's Blockman. He goes, I am a Blockman. But it's just been like refreshing. It's been cool.
It's been
It's a
very
month
cool.
long. The coolest thing that could happen is the United States, if they advance to the round of 16, or quarterfinals, so round of 16, there is a chance that they could play England on July 4th in Philadelphia.
Revenge for 1776, or
We don't need
possibly
revenge. We beat
this.
them.
Well, I'm saying for the English, or it's going to be this the stomping two. You know,
Yeah.
this
I mean, there's a
the
lot of
American Revolution
a
2.0.
lot of things have to go right for that to happen. It's just a possibility. We'll see if it's actually
Right.
Both teams have to advance, have to qualify for the knockout stage in certain positions. There's a whole tiebreaker
Right.
stuff and everything. But no,
And then they have to win the first game of the knockouts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just been cool. It's been fun. But yeah, go USA. I hope we beat Australia tomorrow. I don't know why we can't win the whole thing.
Down with the Aussies, mate.
Why not us? Why not OU baseball? Why not the United States men's national team? Why not?
Why not? Could be us. Could be magical.
How about I don't even know where I'm going with that. That's our World Cup talk. Chris, we're mainly a Thunder podcast. Or that's kind of our
Predominantly, that's our shtick.
That's our bread and butter. Since we've lost, I just want to do a little check-in. We talked to Eddie a little bit last week about just the vibe since we lost. Do you feel better since the season's been over? We're less than a week away from the draft. I think we'll see some movement around the team and the league in the next week. Where are you at with the team coming off of last year and going into this year?
Where am I at with the team? I'm a little nervous. Not for next year, but I'm nervous about the draft, how Sam's going to put it all together. Though I believe in Sam, and I always will believe in Sam, there is a part of me that's I don't want to see this team get split up, because I think one of the things that's worked for us for so long is the camaraderie, the closeness of this group, and change inherently changes that dynamic or interferes with that dynamic that I don't know if I'm ready for as a fan. And fans, I think, are a little more emotional about it. But I don't want to see Aaron Wiggins leave, even though he had a subpar season. Don't want to see Isaiah Joe leave, because I still believe he can shoot well in the playoffs. And then adding new guys, and you're and the whole thing of I don't know how you feel about this. Shea insisting that Dort stays, but if we ship Dort off, how does that impact Shea's relationship with management, kind of things? And we need Hartenstein, but do we have to keep Dort so we get rid of Hartenstein? I'm sort of all over the map. Or do we just pay the $200 million luxury tax and just run it back for one more year?
My thought in terms of the roster,
but that's how I'm feeling about it.
I see that,
and it's all future based. It's not about the past. I'm over us losing. I'm over us because we didn't have.
I think you were about to say, so many people have asked me oh, we would have beat the Knicks. I was we would have beat the Knicks if we were healthy.
Yeah,
but we weren't. And
No.
Even if we win Game 7, Dub's probably not playing in that finals. At least not at the beginning of it. AJ was even further away than Dub, so it's not like we were just going to be healthy in that series. As Thunder fans should know, things have to go your way, and it just didn't work out this year. And you just got to put yourself in the best position to try to make it work out next year.
And be happy that we got one when we did, because not every team gets one.
Yeah.
Think about Russ. He made the finals, and he made it in 2012. Never got back to the finals, and we thought we were going to go on a generational run. So it's important to get that one.
And the window's not closed, but there was a report
by
that,
any means.
Wiggins, there's interest from the Nets. The Nets have the 6th pick. Could we package and try to get up to the 6th pick with Wiggins and some of our picks? Everything that you hear about the Thunder's moves in the draft, people are reporting everything because no one knows what's going to happen.
Which is good. Yeah.
But if I had to guess, I think Wiggins is off this team. I get the Shea factor. Unless Dort's taking a league minimum deal, I don't want him on this team. We just can't. It's an evolving league. He doesn't match up well with anyone anymore outside of Luka. I think he lost a step.
Jalen Brunson.
Maybe I'd put Kaysen on him over Dort.
I think you have to bring him back and then hope that he wants more, right? He declines his option, try to restructure a deal. But but you hope that he wants more, and both teams kind of part ways on, or both parties part ways on good terms.
Yeah, I just don't think he's on this team next year. I just don't think. I think it's a stagnant move if he's back.
Which I agree with, but I think the Shea factor is where my heart starts to flutter, my eyes start to weep a little bit, because I want Shea to be as happy as possible in Oklahoma City to stay for his whole career.
I think Shea knows it's a business, though. It's just, Shea's been traded before. I just think it's just the reality of it. If Shea had his way, we wouldn't have traded Chris Paul, And obviously Shea's a different level of player now than when that happened, and Chris Paul's contract is much different than what Lou Dort's is, so it's not apples to apples. But I just think you can't pay a guy $20 million and play him 10 minutes in the playoffs. It just
Again,
doesn't
I
work.
agree with you. I agree with you.
Like,
And
he
I think
legitimately has to take
Hartenstein's
the league minimum.
much more important.
Yeah, if I had the cards on the table, how I think everything would play out. Dort's traded and extended somewhere else. Kaysen's extended on like a $20 to $25 million deal. Wiggins and maybe Joe are traded, whether that's packaged with our draft picks or to get future assets, whatever. Hartenstein's declined. His option is declined and then restructured on a longer term deal at a lower annual value. And I don't think we pick I think the number one guarantee in the draft is that they will not pick the 3 picks that they will not have a pick at 12, 17, and 30.
I kind of like picking at 12 and 17. Take a flyer on 2 kind of lengthy wings. You know, the size that we don't have. Take a little flyer on 2 guys because there might be some talent at those spots that we could harbor. You know,
I mean, I don't disagree.
and that way one works out. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Hello?
No, I can't hear
Hello?
you. I'll keep talking though.
I'm
Maybe they can hear
showing
you.
up on mine.
I don't think they can hear you. It is. Maybe I can't hear you. Maybe it's me. Now I look like the idiot because my headphones died. Shoot. Hold on just a second.
I'll talk.
Keep talking.
Like, the thing with the draft picks is it's like all of this is fine and dandy, but if you're going to draft all these players, you have to have the roster spots. And the people on the roster that would be replaced are the Wiggins and the Joes and the Dorts to bring in the younger players. And so depending on if any moves happen before the draft or what happens during the draft, you're going to find out a lot about what Sam's thinking on roster construction in terms of bringing people back. Because you have Sorber back next year. One note, I don't know if Chris can hear me yet. Topic had a back surgery, a back injury, so he will be out for summer league and ready for training camp. Does he become a trade package? Because I don't know how he fits in the scheme of things. People are tying us to literally every Michigan player in the draft. Adam Mara, Morris Johnson. I like the Braden Burris kid from Arizona. I mean,
I watched the old guy, the guy that starts with Yaxel. He moves strange. He's got a strange movement pattern about him. Like just the way he runs, I thought. And for that reason, I'm out on him.
You're out.
I'm out on Yaxel. I'd much rather have Morez. He
Morris
reminds
is
me.
who I like a lot.
He's more of a Aaron Gordon type. Dunker spot. He needs to work on his shot. If he could, rein in his shot, he'd be great. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you've talked about it because I had some technical difficulties. But the Thunder draft more for personality than anything else. So it all depends on what these guys
check their Zodiac
IG
signs.
pages. Yeah, Zodiac signs. I would also yeah. So I mean I'm interested. It feels sort of like last year felt a lot more at the beginning of the season after winning a championship. It was like, all right, let's go do it again. And so for the whole year, it was just like, come on, we just get us to the playoffs healthy. We didn't end up getting the playoffs healthy, but for the first time, it's like, okay,
We got to the playoffs healthy and then got hurt.
Sure. But then you come to this new season and you're just like, what could happen? There's a little more intrigue, a little more it's more up in the air in all terms. So you're a little more excited or I'm a little more excited to see what happens.
Yeah. There's just more unknown is the bottom line, but it's an interesting time. I'm looking forward. Tuesday night's the draft, at least the first round. Thunder have 2 draft picks, and then they'll do the second round the next day. I don't know. We'll see. I think there'll be movement by the Thunder, whether that be player movement or pick movement or both. But it's you have that. You roll into summer league. Our summer league team went from being world beaters to everyone's hurt, and I mentioned the Topic injury already. So
yeah, and
can't
even
catch a break.
Sorber's not playing summer league too.
I think Sorber's healthy. They're just being very cautious with him, which sucks because I think it'd be fun to watch. And that's another part of if you can pick 12 and 17, that's 2 guys that would be a good time to watch in summer league.
Sure.
Maybe that's why Sam should pick at 12 and 17.
Sam's main goal is for fans to watch summer league. So
Yeah.
he needs to have some good guys.
He's trying to win. He has to win a championship a year, so he has to go out and win the summer league championship since he fell short of the NBA championship. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know what's happening with the rest of the draft. I mean, there's rumors that the Peterson camp's trying to get him to Washington, but I have no idea how that's going to work out. I think Washington fans want the Devonta kid from BYU, and then everybody thinks that Cam Boozer is like the most sure thing, and people are like the Thunder are trading up for Cam Boozer. That's not happening.
You'd have to trade like all 3 of our picks and 2 guys.
And Chet and Kaysen.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or Dub or whatever. That's just not happening.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
But yeah.
Any thoughts on the finals?
It was crazy. Loved how it ended. Love, like you kind of said, the
Wimby hate.
The
has
rhetoric
started.
online has shifted, and there's like Knicks fans like apologizing to Thunder fans, like we thought you.
The whole league is.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, we thought you guys were just saying it, and then they watch it and they're like, "Oh, these guys suck."
That was the one silver lining. I was telling someone the other day. It's like there was three things that could have happened. The Thunder beat the Spurs in Game 7, go on to win the NBA championship. That's what I wanted the most. The 2 would be the Thunder beat the Spurs in Game 7, go on to lose the NBA championship. 3 was loss in Game 7. Spurs go on to expose their villain tendencies and like their overall crappiness, unlikableness, unlikability in the finals, and lose in a gentleman's sweep. Like that was like that's the third best option.
Well, and in the manner that they did, they were up double digits in every game. Blew a 29-point lead in Game 4.
Yeah, and Wimby was
peacocky shot. Like it was amazing.
It was awesome.
Like Draymond, I've always said that he is a man of
a level-headed savant.
He said that it's like this is the kind of loss that like could potentially like derail a lot of stuff for a team because it went that wrong in a short time. And then like the Spurs like drama has already been like Vassell came out and said that Harper was pissed about his playing time and it's just been very non-Spurs-esque. So it's going to be an interesting storyline. I mean, like the Spurs have a top 20 pick because of the Hawks. So, I mean, the draft's fun. Everyone starts to like kind of start forming. Like obviously July 1 is when the new league starts. So the new year starts for the league. So that's when you see free agency movement and things like that. But you're 2 weeks away from really having a decent idea about what this team's going to look like next year. And the main thing in Presti's end of season presser was he just has to talk to everybody because he said everything's on the table. Like you said, we could pay the luxury tax and bring everyone back, or like nothing's off the table. But he's going to say that in every press conference. So we'll see. We're a couple weeks away from finding out really what this team's going to look like to see if they can get back to the promised land next year. So,
which I think they can. I think they came out as favorites.
I've seen them tied with the Spurs, and I've seen the Spurs as like barely ahead on some favorites books. So as soon as like they were tied, and then as soon as the Spurs lost, the Spurs technically moved ahead a little bit of the Thunder because I think they were like, Spurs are going to be out for vengeance,
If they have a injury-free season.
That's the if for everybody. So
yeah.
But yeah, with that, Chris, we didn't get to it in the soccer talk, but I want to close with it. Give the people what they need to know going into
I forgot. I forgot. Oh, yes. So over my years, I'm not a great soccer player by any means, by no stretch of the imagination. My sister Katie, though, shout out my sister Katie. She was invited to go play in Brazil.
So there's soccer blood. Is that what you're saying?
No, we have soccer blood in our family. But so a couple things. I just want to mention like 2 or 3 things that you can shout or say when you're watching the soccer game on Friday tomorrow. So if one of our players is outside of the box and they have the ball kind of floats out to him and the defense is not very heavy on him, and just yell, have one. Just say, have one. Have yourself one. Some version of that. And that just means like, why not just kick it at the goal? Kick it right at the goal. Take the shot. Hit it right at the goal. Another one is if a player like if a ball is coming to a player and he just sort of like handles it really well or handles it bad. If he handles it well, you say, "Oh, nice touch, nice first touch." That's something I learned from Matt. And then if he handles it bad, he said, "Oh, gotta have a better first touch." If the ball kind of like runs away from the player, what else? If you think the player gets fouled, you just say, "Sir, sir, sir." Last run. Yeah, or good run. Nice run. Got to have a run there. Like that just means the player's like kind of running past the defense and the ball's coming to him. And lastly, you're required by law that if a player kicks a ball through another player's legs, you have to yell Megs.
That's
Megs.
A law.
That's a law. So that is Chris's guide to a successful soccer watch.
So what is it? You have Megs, you have Run, you have one.
Have one. That's the best. Just in front of the
Have one is
other.
the one that's like, oh, this guy knows ball.
Yeah, just have one. And
Chris found that out
it.
in the middle of the USA game on Friday.
No.
night,
I've known that. I've known
it.
that one. I've
And
known that.
all
one.
the soccer guys around us look at him like, all right, Chris.
He
all
should have
right.
had one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. He should have had one
then-
up there.
What was the last one? Nice touch. First touch. Nice touch. Yeah.
But
Those are my
It's a
keys to
fun
watching
time.
soccer.
Take those, make new World Cup friends, show people you know ball. And when they ask you why you know ball, you tell them it's because you listen to Ball Talk. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. We'll be back next week, hopefully recapping a national championship for the Oklahoma Sooners,
That's right.
the NBA draft for the Thunder, the World Cup. I mean, like, it's not a bad time. U.S. Open's going on right now. Pretty good week in sports. So
It is a really good week in sports.
we are going to wrap it up. We will talk to y'all then. See you.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
All night long, party, party, we like to party, 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 all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home. Party, party, we like to party, 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 all night long. Party, party,